With the Super Bowl only 2 days away, this is more football weather, but instead we're going to have to settle with some action here on the diamond here at the Dean Harvey Field in Costa Mesa, California. Hello, everybody. J.J. Johnson alongside my partner, Xander Zubiotti, as your Lions, who are 1-2 on the season. Welcome to town. The Cedarville Yellow Jackets from Ohio, a long trek for them. They come in at 0-1 after a brief stint over at the Masters just a couple of days ago. Zuby, it's great to be back here on the Dean Harvey Field. Almost didn't have the action. Softball actually got canceled this morning because the rain was just too much, but baseball field held up, and aren't we glad?
Yeah, Coach Peg out there working hard early in the morning, making sure all the mud spots are getting filled up with a little bit of sand, kind of dry it out a little bit. Peg doing a great job. He wants to play some baseball, and he's going to get it here.
Absolutely, Coach Peg leading the Lions. He's going to be facing off against his former foe, actually in the GSEC. We'll get into that more in a moment, but Cedarville's opposing coach and Peg go back a long ways. Just a moment, we're going to do Anthem as well as those aforementioned lineups. Baseball here on the Vanguard Sports Network. Gray tops with their white bottoms. First time they've had this uniform combination all season long. Cedarville going to be in their yellow tops with the blue numbers and the gray pants to boot. Zuby, excited for this matchup. Edmonton was very solid in his first start in the season opener a week ago today against the aforementioned Golden Eagles. What do you want to see from him today as he ran into a little bit of trouble, gave it the one run, but 5 innings of solid work is pretty much what you expect from him.
Yeah, and the only damage Edmonton had was losing the pitch control, walked one guy, hit 2 batters, so definitely we got to change that up. Also got to look at the pitchers in total. We saw a lot of balks being called last weekend, so hope to a bit of a cleanup with Coach Green out there.
Let's go and meet the Cedarville lineup that he's going to be facing against. The first 3 is going to be the catcher Wild, then it's going to be Henderson, a returner, and then the center fielder Deoka. 7 through 9 in the order will be Hartel, George, and Finkelstein, and you're going to talk about Finkelstein in just a minute. He found some cool facts on him and his family tree that he has for him, but it's going to be the catcher Wild leading off for Cedarville in this 56-degree weather. We are now underway from the right arm of Edmondson, who misses down and away for ball 1. Defensively, first baseman is going to be Gallegos. Short and second are still being manned by Buxton and Mazzaferro, respectively, the aforementioned VTM man. In the hot corner, left to right in the outfield, is going to be Tyler Shiganaka, taken back over in place of Noah Madole. Then center field is going to be Jackson Davis, and Josh Slikart is in right. Edmondson coming here with the 2-1. Check swing there for Wild. Count goes 3-1. Hitters count. Zooey, this was the lineup that we saw in Game 2 of that 3-game set last week. It was the first game on Saturday that we really felt that this is going to be the best lineup for the Lions moving forward. Foul back.
Yeah, and definitely seeing it. We first
appeared in all 51 games, starting in all of them for the Yellow Jackets last year. A young team. We'll get to that in just a second. Through the right side, Edmondson has surrendered the first hit. They're going to send Wild over to 3, and they cut it off. A cannon there from Slikar. That actually made it a little bit closer. Try to get the back pick there for Henderson, but could not get it. Runners on the corners now with nobody out. Just to put a bow on the lineup talk that we were talking about, Vanguard flirted around with the lineup, especially in Game 3 of that series last weekend, where they had Kip Formularo playing in center, Madole in left field, had Levi Hall even sprinkled in the outfield during that series as well. Hats off to Peg for at least giving an opportunity there in that first series, because really he has a bunch of talent across the board, but just unaware of what he was going to go with. First pitch called strike there.
Well, especially in this new format, you have to play 4 games a week.
Yeah, most likely not, especially at that catcher position. Rifled on the ground to Maz, getting a chance to turn 2, and the first run will come home for the Yellow Jackets. 1-0 ball game just like that on the good old 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, but it's a big win for Edmondson.
Right-handed pitcher as a freshman coming out of high school, but he can also play first base. He's going to be serving as the DH for today. Was a very solid pitcher, and that's something that Coach Richter for Cedarville, now in his 3rd season, really valued in this freshman class. A lot of new faces for Cedarville. They only lost 6 seniors on offense. 2 of them lost 2 senior pitchers as well. That ball is going to be a little blooper to left field. Shiganaka gets the catch on the freshman. So the 1 run does come across. We'll finish that conversation about the young talent that Cedarville has. On the other side, back in a moment, 1-0, Yellow Jackets in front. And of note, Zuby, is the fact that they've moved Buxton now back into that 2 spot. Remember, he started out the season 0 for 9 across the first 2 games, found his bat in Game 3 of that series against Cal State LA. Maz takes on the inside for strike 2. Maz back up the middle, glances off the mound, and that's going to be bobbled by the shortstop. Henderson rifles over. Not in time. Mazzaferro's got good speed. We're going to say he came off the bag. As I was going to say that the ball glancing off the mound actually worked out for the shortstop Henderson because it brought the ball back closer to him. It looked like it was going to get up the middle clean. Ended up costing Henderson because he got a misread on the ball.
Yeah, that mound is definitely going to mess with him.
Go ahead and take a further glance at the starting pitcher for the Yellow Jackets as he comes set with Maz dancing over on second, comes home downstairs. 1-0, 5 consecutive balls for him. Jensen Wagner, 13 appearances, 12 starts, tied for the most starts alongside Tate Marlin, the sophomore from last season. 3-5 record, 5.00 ERA. None of these pitchers actually had a sub-5 ERA that were qualified. 35 walks, 51 Ks, and surrendered 10 home runs to lead the pitching staff. Responsible for the first home run in Vanguard's Division II history, had that towering 2-run shot to left field that helped Vanguard win their first game. Obviously, we talked about Angel Perez, the freshman for Vanguard, who was able to get the walk-off walk in the bottom of the ninth. Vanguard winning that one 5-4. Chopper back to Wagner. They're going to get the force at third, and the throw across the diamond not going to be in time. So Modol will reach on the fielder's choice. No 2 there.
Yeah, interesting play. I thought he would go straight to second base, but obviously, if anything, you want to get the lead runner.
Yeah.
So a good job by Wagner, but I kind of thought that maybe second in first base. But guarantee yourself an out and still lead runner.
Abe Hernandez now another guy we talked about who was successful in the opening series. Only played in the 2 games, but he was 4 for 8, had the double, and the 3 ribbies, including the first ribby in Vanguard's Division II era. Hernandez gets a hold of this one in the air to left field. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Just shy of the warning track. Buxton will make the slow trot home. Coming home with these Modol's in, and it's another RBI. Double for Abe Hernandez, 1-1 ball game.
He looks so calm up there to start the season.
Absolutely, he has the catching spot. We were worried about the defense. Abe Hernandez was a little shaky last week from behind the plate, but his bat nevertheless is making up for it in more ways than ever. But the decision by Wagner to not try to turn 2 now is looking like it might have cost them 1 run. I got to say, before we get too far out of here, we just want to say thank you to Mama Mazzaferro for really pushing us, because we weren't actually going to be broadcasting this game. Very wet here, and we were worried about the equipment, but Jared Mazzaferro, that is, came and said, my mom watches every game, so we figured we had to do it, just like Shiggy figured he had to get a hold of that one. It's over the left fielder's head, off the base of the wall. Couple of ribbies, and Tyler Shiganaka's got a loud knock. 3-1 ball game.
Good job by Shigs, get the hanging slider and doing damage with it. And we've really seen the strength come from Shiganaka compared from last year to this year now. He really added a lot of muscle.
Oh, you're telling me that dude has been in the weight room. Might give me a run for my money on the bench press.
Yeah, but he might need to do a little bit more, otherwise that would have been a home run.
Probably about just a foot shy of it being a 3-run knock. As it stands, though, it's still 3-1 as Wagner's run into some trouble. Jackson Davis, you mentioned the switch hitter, going to be batting righty here against the lefty. He's got a runner in scoring position once more. This is a Cedarville side that did struggle in the pitching department last year, but Wagner was one of their best men. Of the 2025 campaign, Davis skies this one in the air to Montes de Oca out in center field. Catch is made, but the decision by Wagner to go get the force at third instead of trying to turn 2 opened the door a crack for Vanguard. They take full advantage. They're up 3-1 going to the top of the second.
Should have been made, but you're going to say his foot was off.
Skied in the air by Martin. Davis makes the long run in, and thankfully he still has his footing. That's going to be something that we can talk about throughout the rest of this day, Zuby, and even through this weekend. We might be having some rain even tonight.
Seeing the grass out there, it looks absolutely lovely. So shout out to our crew out there that's cleaning up the field, making sure the outfield looks beautiful.
Absolutely, and a good job done this offseason by former Vanguard pitcher Quincy Vassar, who actually got a job on campus as groundskeeper Willie for us, all of those Simpson fans out there. Groundskeeper Quincy did a terrific job in maintaining the field, and I have to say that the field was looking as green as I have ever seen in my time covering baseball here. And so thank you to Quincy, doing a good job, making sure that field is taken care of. Davis is on the way back to center field, and that ball will hold up thanks to the wind. That's keeping everything in.
Did you make a Simpson reference, or just the fact that Quincy is also a redhead?
Both.
A little bit of both? Okay.
A little bit of both.
Just got to make sure that you're on the same page, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Is it groundskeeper Willie because he's a groundskeeper, or is it groundskeeper Willie because he's a redhead?
It really is both. It works out very well. Spencer Edmondson wide of the mark there. Remember, he had that shaky first inning, gave up the 1 run, but that double play from Maz and Buxton to Gallegos really helped him out. Hartel now the second baseman coming up. Check swing there. Takes outside 2-0. Where that missed. No response from the home plate umpire. Chin check there, 3-0.
I think he knows where that one missed.
I think Hartel knows where that one missed, too. Good shave for the guys who are going to be away from home for quite some time. Got in on Tuesday. Edmonton's gas is wide of the mark there and just cannot get out of an inning with a clean bill of health.
The bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, George and Finkelstein will finish this one out. The right fielder, George. Assistant coaches for Rob Pegg. Pitching coach is Nate Green in his 3rd season. Michael Fuchs in his 2nd season with the Lions. And Joey Scottfold is now in the fold on the staff, coming over from San Diego Christian.
Never heard of that college.
Well, not anymore. San Diego Christian Athletics went under a couple of seasons ago. Actually, their last ever game as a not just like all sports, was a baseball game here at Dean Harvey Field. That was one of those packed games ever. All the San Diego Christian fans came out. There was a celebration afterwards here, and it was a bittersweet day. Obviously, Vanguard getting the win against, a less than stellar San Diego Christian side, but still a celebratory day as it marked the end of an era for a college. 3-1 as Edmonton finally finds the zone after 7 consecutive balls. And the freshman George does well to work a walk. And once again, Edmonton just cannot go 3 up, 3 down.
He's losing some form of grip on that baseball. He keeps going to his hand, wiping on his pants, and trying to get a good grip on the baseball.
Well, there was a bit of a mist down that just started up. It just started hitting our faces. Nothing, heavy precipitation, but a little bit of a mist. Finds the zone. Good pitch. 0-1. I know you like that 12-6. I'll your boy Clayton Kershaw, big-time Dodger fan you are.
Yeah, you just love the kind of switching around, and even the confidence of just chucking a curveball when you know your stuff isn't fully working for you.
Weak dribbler on the ground. Avicii is going to charge in, and we'll get the force at third to end the inning.